serious news. And we got it because we're incredibly lucky to have Adam Pac-Man Jones with us every single week. There is some news coming out of Colorado about Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. And I want to make sure I get this right. You were talking directly to him. A blood clot has been found in his groin.
Yes.
And he has like emergency surgery happening tomorrow.
Yep, 6 a.m.
Hey, Coach, come on now.
Peace and peace.
We're pulling for you, Coach. We are pulling for you. This comes after, I think there was another surgery that was being talked about within the last couple of weeks. And what I find so incredible here is if you were to follow along with the Instagram, his Instagram, Colorado Buffalo's Instagram, or any other Instagram, he's still coaching, still going, still working, still doing everything. It's like nothing has stopped. And then you get some news like, oh, a big surgery's happening last week. And then that surgery kind of disappeared from the conversation. And then this morning you say he's got a blood clot in his groin, has to have emergency surgery tomorrow. It's like, man, what all is going on with Deion, Coach Prime, while he's still trying to lead 100 and some men? It is quite a time for him. And please let him know that the entire football world is like, come on, Prime, you got this. You're literally better than everything. But we also hope that he doesn't have to continue to go through shit and just kind of do his thing.
I totally agree, man. I had a chance to talk to him this morning. But he's up speaking. I said, man, I hope they don't have to cut off your dick. That's what I told him. I said, bro, it would be bad if they have to cut off your dick, bro. Just cut the leg off.
We are such a childish operation. We're talking about emergency blood clot surgery, and everybody's mind, as soon as we heard it was in the groin, was like, what are the long-term ramifications of this? Because you never know with nerves and everything like that, they're going to have to go in. But blood clots are scary as hell. Blood clots, I don't think people know about. Blood clots can kill you. People have surgery, and then a blood clot right to dead. And I think he's been dealing with this for a little bit.
Yeah, he have. He's been dealing with this since Jackson State. You know, he had a blood clot in his leg. Same thing with the foot, and he was thinking about cutting the foot off, and he didn't. Went through a hell of an operation, bro. I was there. It was mind-boggling, tearing to see him go through that and get back to where he at. I just want him to get healthy, man. So, you know.
Hell yeah. Hey, Coach, we're pulling for you. That's unbelievable that he's going through all that, and you would never know.
Right?
At
all.
No. You would never know.
Everything you see, it's like...
He was asked the other day, it's like, you think you're ever coaching the NFL? And he basically said, oh, I'm too much of a hard ass to coach in the NFL. It was like, I think it's good self-awareness, but also, if you have success and you have a resume, you're allowed to be a hard ass, and I think people need it and want it. He said, I don't have any desire or ambition to coach in the NFL. That came as a bit of surprise to us, says the media person. I'm cut a little different. I love Jerry Jones. I tremendously love that whole family. Sanders said of the Joneses. Deion shares his best Jerry Jones story here. So what is Deion's reason? He said, I have a problem with men getting their checks and not doing their jobs, okay? I'd be too tough as a coach in the NFL because I still have those old school attributes. I don't think so. I think we're hopefully getting to a point. If you look around college football, and Deion is a massive part of this because he is old school and he is a hard ass, which people seemingly don't know about him or his coaching style because, you know, wins the Super Bowl with the Niners 1 week later, he's on Saturday Night Live. Must be the money. With a very...
Looks sweet.
That suit was unbelievable. Now, people are saying he lip-synced that.
What? That's bullshit.
That's not true.
I didn't say that. I'm just telling you the fucking internet. I would never say that.
Internet's wrong.
Not true.
But people, I think they saw the flash in the show and everything like that. And what they don't know is like a lot of the people that you see that are the most confident, the reason why they're the most confident is because they put in the most amount of fucking work. Like you rely on the work that you put in whenever you're in a big pressure situation. So whenever Peyton says like the people that feel pressure are the people that don't know what the fuck they're doing is pretty much is how he described it. It's like in those big moments you rely on your fundamentals, you rely on your work, and that's normally the people you see more confident. Like, you know, he walks around with a sense of confidence that everybody else doesn't have. It's like, well, the reason is because he knows. He knows what he's put in. He knows what he's supposed to do. He knows what he can do, or she knows what she can do and the work she put in. So I think people kind of miss that with Deion Sanders, especially now that he's in the coaching ranks. He's a hard ass. It's attention to detail. Hey, do you want to make it or not? You want to make it? Like, everybody saw what I did when I'm high-stepping and everything like that. Do you know what I did to get there? And you know what I did in baseball as well to get there. I think that's good. And then you look at Saban, Kirby Smart. You go Brian Kelly, I think even. I mean, now, granted, he has a history of saying we're practicing, we're filming.
Exactly, no
matter what. And all those things. I think we're potentially getting into an era where coaches are going to be able to potentially coach again. And I think that's a big deal. And Deion, if I'm an NFL owner and he has success at Colorado, right? If he has success at Colorado, I think he's going to get a lot of looks. And I know he's saying now he has no interest, but if it's a place that maybe has a shot and he's able to be himself, why not, you know?
I don't think he'll do it.
Why?
Because he like the youth. He like molding instead of when kids are already molded, I would say.
He likes creating habits, not dealing with them.
Yeah.
Okay, valid. Yeah, very valid.
Would he be the only one? Like, who in the NFL right now could you say is like a hard? I mean, granted,
Bill.
Bill, you could say, but I feel
I
like
think Andy Reid is as well.
Yeah.
I think you say Andy Reid, they got tucked in shirts. I mean, it is.
okay, so it is more of along those lines.
Yeah, I think like they have fun, like people have fun, but I think it's very much
Pittsburgh.
Tomlin. Yeah, okay.
I think it's like, and when they say hard ass, it's like attention to detail.
Yeah, not like yelling at their players.
Yeah, hard ass is like an expectation of you to do everything. Like, hey, these little things, like you're going to touch the fucking line. If you don't touch the line, you're going to hear about it. Yeah. Like some places are like, close enough. Like, let's keep it moving. If you're walking into a meeting as it's starting, you're late. Get the fuck out of here. Like some places is like, hey, I need you to be here 5 minutes. Like that's the difference between being a hard ass and being like a player-friendly coach is what people say. Yeah. And they say Andy Reid is like, you tuck in your shirt, you're wearing this, you're here at this time, we're doing this, we're moving. And everybody just thinks he's not like that because I think the Kool-Aid gif.
Yeah, big, jovial.
Yeah.
The cheeseburger in the box.
Yeah, the whole thing. And him and Travis Kelce get along. Him and Patrick Mahomes get along. But I think it's because Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce work their asses off. And they like appreciate it. So there's a chance that we're kind of getting back into the world of, like you're allowed to coach and expect a little bit of accountability and punish and hopefully be able to say things. Because there was a time where I thought we were fucked forever. Yeah. Because coaches weren't allowed to say like, hey, you fucking suck. Because if they said that, feelings were hurt. Right. They're going to HR. You're fired. That you can't talk to a person like that.
Can you imagine if we had Collab in this coaching era right now?
Coach Clot, D-line coach for West Virginia. Rich Rodriguez is still coaching right now.
Which is wild.
I don't know.
Yeah. And that's our boy. I understand it, but I'll
be pushing for him to go back to West Virginia.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that might not be a good thing because they're in the Big 12. And some of the things that he will be definitely caught saying in this particular era might not be received well by the national.
Okay.
But West Virginia folks will fucking love him.
Yeah, we'll love it.
They would love him to come back in there, especially win some games. But like there's that old school mentality still has a place. I think it's needed more than I needed it. I mean, I was a fuck up. The amount of
me too.
I mean,
tough coaches are the best ones.
Yeah,
need it. And whenever you get older, you rely upon it. You're like, that. Now, some of it, I think we're being a bit much.
Sure.
Hey, and I would use the Gong Show every single year of training camp to allow Rich Rodriguez know what we all thought was a bit much. Like, hey, let's fucking pipe down just a little bit, pal. All right. So that was good. But all the other stuff that like Rich, I can hear him. Like saying these like little things. Whenever I'm starting to like drift off, maybe take the lazy route or something like that. Like, I could just do this. And then you hear like Barwis and you hear Rich Rod in your head like, motherfucker, like just why? This is an option. Why would you do it? It's like those types of things sometimes you need to hear it. And I know we've gotten softer as a society, even though we deal with more negativity on a daily in our phones. So are we actually softer? Because we're seeing more shit talk than we've ever seen in the past. But I think we should be a little bit more accepting of people that want to make people better and how they go about doing it, even though some of it can be a bit much. And I think sports is getting to that point.
Well, and then when you've had both sides of it, like you would rather have someone who, I mean, like they might be getting on your ass, but it's like, hey, most of the time, if someone's getting on your ass real hard, like they care.
Especially if it's coming from a good place.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing worse, like if you have a coach and it's just like, they don't pay any attention to you. They don't talk to you. Like, and then, maybe you're just getting coddled on the side of that. It's like in the time it might feel good, but then like you look back, 10 years later or whatever, it's like, well, did I even learn anything? Did I get anything out of that? Like you guys are still talking about stuff that you remember Rich Rod saying, that was fucking 20 years ago. It's like,
and I've been remembering stuff Coach Clot said just strictly because he should have been a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
I done took that and put it on my kids because I love my kids to death, but if you want to do this, let's work. Let's get some out of it. Like, that's what I got from those guys, and it came from a good place.
There's a lot of people scared to death to coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was an entire generation, and I don't want to make fun of them, but, like, the young offensive guru head coach people
for sure.
that were happening, like, I think all of them were scared to death to potentially do any coaching, so they had no interest, not coaching, but, like molding men, right? Like, we're just trying to We got a good offense. Let's run this offense. Let's keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
Let's get them to the games. We got to stay eligible or whatever. It's like, yeah, but if you mold the humans and the players at the same damn time, probably going to have a better output. We just got a message from somebody that knows Harbaugh in Baltimore.
True.
Also a tell it like it is. We need to have a little accountability, not in a demeaning fashion though, even though there is legendary tales of Harbaugh and Hall of Famers potentially going to fucking blows in the middle of team meetings. Pac, I know you've probably heard him. He is a guy though, I think since day one. So they're still out there.
Yes.
And Deion's big for college.
Yes.
Because I think he's letting other people know, like, hey, you're still allowed to coach like this. You know what I mean?
Well,
Saban ain't letting that shit fly.
I think
way.
the perception with Deion too is like people, because they saw him play in the NFL and like kind of know his demeanor and his personality, and that he's like a little flashy, that it's like, oh, he only gives a shit about himself. He's doing this for the camera. He's doing it for himself. But even in that video where he brought the camera crew in a week ago and they were talking about the surgery, he was like, hey, if we're going to do this, if this is an emergency, if I need to get this done, like it has to be now, because once the season starts, like I'm full go for these guys. There is no time where I can be away from the team. Like I'm not doing that. Like once the season starts, it's all about the team and it's all about these guys. And I think that kind of shit kind of gets looked over with him.
Well, Coach, we're pulling for you, pal. Your groin's going to be good. These blood clots are going to leave.
Of course.
These blood clots are going to leave.